There comes a moment in life when the familiar foundations you've built your reality upon begin to tremble and give way. The well-worn routines, the comfortable relationships, and even your own reflection in the mirror start to feel different, as if a profound and invisible current is moving beneath the surface of your existence. You can't quite name it, but a powerful shift is happening within you. The person you were yesterday is a memory, and you realize you cannot go back to being them. This is the dawn of your spiritual awakening. It's a transformation that is both exquisitely beautiful and deeply unsettling. As you awaken, you begin to see through the intricate web of illusions, the false identities, and the societal norms that once held you captive. A deep, undeniable pull guides you towards something greater, something more authentic, and more aligned with your truest self. But as any traveler on this path knows, the journey outward begins with a powerful journey inward. And in order to grow, you must first learn to let go. Today, we will delve into the 6 fundamental things that highly spiritual souls gradually release as they awaken to their true nature. These are not mere habits. They are deeply ingrained patterns and beliefs that we often cling to for comfort, out of fear, or because we've been conditioned to. Releasing them is not an act of sacrifice, but a profound act of liberation. Releasing the thirst for external validation. The first and most significant shift is letting go of the constant need for external validation. We live in a world that thrives on seeking approval, where our self-worth is often measured by likes, comments, and follower counts. It's a subtle but powerful trap that convinces us our value is determined by the opinions of others. Yet, as your spiritual journey deepens, you begin to understand that true validation is an internal process. You realize that what others think of you is not a reflection of your inherent worth, but a reflection of their own inner world and perceptions. You slowly but surely quit the desperate need to be liked by everyone, to be understood by all, or to be universally accepted. You find a quiet, unshakable peace in knowing that your value is an intrinsic part of who you are, a divine spark that cannot be diminished or enhanced by external factors. This profound realization is what truly frees you from the exhausting cycle of seeking approval and allows you to stand confidently in your own truth. Letting go of material attachments. Next, spiritual souls gradually release their deep-seated attachment to material possessions. Our society has conditioned us to equate success with the accumulation of things: money, expensive cars, large houses, and designer clothes. However, as you grow spiritually, you begin to see these items for what they truly are: temporary, fleeting, and ultimately, unable to provide lasting fulfillment. The shiny new toy quickly loses its luster. You come to the realization that true abundance isn't measured by what you own, but by who you have become. It's about the richness of your inner world, the depth of your connections with others, and the love and joy you cultivate from within. This process doesn't mean you must renounce all material things. Instead, you detach from the belief that they define you or your happiness. You find profound joy in the simple moments of life, in new experiences rather than new objects. By focusing on being rather than having, you create the sacred space for what truly nourishes your soul to enter your life. Surrendering the need for control. Another monumental shift that takes place during a spiritual awakening is the release of the need for control. We are taught to believe that we must meticulously control every aspect of our lives to ensure our happiness and success. This belief is a heavy burden, rooted in fear, the fear of the unknown, the fear of failure, and the fear of chaos. As you awaken, you realize that control is, in fact, an illusion. The more you desperately try to control, the more you resist the natural organic flow of life. And so, you slowly begin to surrender. You learn to trust in the divine process, in the perfect timing of the universe, and in the unfolding of your unique life's journey. You recognize that there is a greater plan at play, one that you may not always comprehend, but one that is always guiding you towards your highest good. This surrender is not an act of passivity or indifference. Instead, it's a powerful act of conscious cooperation. You set your intentions, you take inspired action, and then you lovingly release your attachment to the final outcome. You find deep and abiding peace in the uncertainty, trusting that whatever unfolds is exactly what you need for your spiritual growth. Abandoning toxic relationships. As your spiritual awareness deepens and your vibration rises, you inevitably begin to reevaluate the relationships in your life. You become acutely aware of the people and connections that drain your energy, hold you back, and keep you trapped in old, unhealthy patterns. These may be relationships you have clung to for years out of a sense of obligation, fear, or simple comfort. But with spiritual growth, you understand that they no longer serve your highest good or your path forward. This is often one of the most painful parts of the journey. You slowly and compassionately quit these toxic relationships, distancing yourself from those who bring negativity into your life, who undermine your growth, or who do not align with your new values and aspirations. But as you make this space, you attract new relationships that are uplifting, supportive, and in resonance with your authentic self. You surround yourself with a new tribe of like-minded souls who are on a similar path, who inspire you, challenge you, and help you become the best version of yourself. Ceasing to compromise your authentic self. As you continue to awaken, you also begin to quit the habit of compromising your authentic self to fit in or please others. For most of our lives, we feel immense pressure to conform, to play roles, and to wear masks that are not true to who we really are. This comes at a tremendous cost to our authenticity, our joy, and our inner peace. Highly spiritual souls slowly but surely abandon this habit. They start to embrace their true selves, with all their beautiful quirks, flaws, and unique qualities. They no longer feel the desperate need to hide or diminish themselves to make others feel comfortable. Instead, they stand unapologetically in their truth and live in profound alignment with their highest values and beliefs. This shift brings a deep sense of freedom and fulfillment, as you begin to attract people and opportunities that resonate with your true self. You realize that the only approval you truly need, the only acceptance that matters, is your own. Quitting the fear of death. Finally, one of the most profound and liberating shifts on the spiritual journey is the gradual release of the fear of death. This may seem like a heavy topic, but it's a reality that highly spiritual souls eventually come to terms with. As you awaken, you begin to perceive death not as a final ending, but as a transition, a natural, beautiful part of the eternal cycle of life. You come to understand that your true essence, your soul, is eternal and transcends the physical body. You realize that death is not a destination to be feared, but simply a doorway to another dimension of existence. This understanding brings a deep sense of peace, acceptance, and a newfound courage. You no longer live in fear of the unknown. Instead, you learn to trust in the divine plan and live more fully in the present moment. You appreciate the breathtaking beauty and impermanence of life, and in doing so, you free yourself from the ultimate limitation of fear. This allows you to experience life in its most vibrant and fullest expression. As you continue on your spiritual journey, you will find that these 6 things, the need for external validation, material attachments, the need for control, toxic relationships, compromising your authentic self, and the fear of death, are not things you force yourself to give up. They are things you gradually release, like an old skin you no longer need. This is a compassionate process that takes time, patience, and unwavering self-compassion. But as you let go of these old patterns, you make space for something infinitely greater, your true self, your true purpose, and a life that is in deep, authentic alignment with your soul. Remember, this journey is uniquely yours. There is no right or wrong way to navigate it. Trust in your own process, honor your own pace, and know that in this very moment, you are exactly where you need to be.